I want to share with you my favorite magical way to manage conflict in my life. I use it all the time. I used it today, truly. It doesn't take very long. I could make this into a 3-hour shamanic journey for you. It's very stretchy. This blue room visualization is what it's called. Or I can do this kind of compact version for you, and you can do it in the car. While you're driving, you can do it at night before you go to sleep. There's no right reason or wrong reason. And you don't really need anything other than just your own mind and your own ability to reflect and envision to do it. Okay. What is the Blue Room? It is a psychic meditation space, right? It is an interior journey, right? It's the ability to harness your inner vision, to imagine a space where you call in your energy and you call in the energy of the person that you are in conflict with. And more than that, right? Because it's really not about you and the other person. It never is, right? I'm sure you've realized this by now. You've been practicing long enough. Conflict, for me, at the most magical level, is really about energies that are trying to connect and align. And on some level, there is an inability, either on my part or the other person's part or both. We have an inability to hear the voices of our higher selves. We're ignoring it. We never knew how to hear it in the first place, right? And sometimes it is me. Sometimes it is me not heeding the wisdom, not listening, not paying attention, because what I want is one thing and what this person can offer or what they're meant to do is different, because I'm human, right? Or it could be that I do hear the voice of my higher self and this person doesn't, right? And so there's a lot of reasons why I think this meditation is so impactful, but I think the most important thing is you call in the energies, right, of the higher selves, and then you completely release any connection or attachment to the outcome. And you agree to let the higher selves work it out for the highest good of all. And so the caveat with this meditation is you shouldn't do it if there's only one outcome to a problem and you're not going to be happy unless that outcome happens. And yes, I'm talking to you, and yes, it happens to me too, where I'm like, oh, I just want the highest good for everybody, except it has to look exactly like this. And if anything changes in my life, I'm not going to be happy. But if you're in that place, God bless you, Goddess bless you, you're not ready for Blue Room. You are still in the I, and you're not in the we. Okay. And that's okay. Take your time, do your work, get to a place though, because I'm going to tell you something right now. You don't have control anyway. And that's what I wanted to. And this whole conversation makes me emotional. The reason I love teaching this class so much is that for me, leadership is life. And for me, entrepreneurship isn't about business. It's about, remember what entrepreneur even means. It's about how you enter the circle of your own lived experience, right? And how you create a vibration and a frequency that ultimately allows you to work well with others and do the work you were meant to do. And so the whole point of all of this, right, is to recognize that you don't have control anyway. You never did. You're not going to fix that person. You're not going to change that person. You're not going to heal anybody. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're not, right? At your very best, you're a good channel to let wisdom flow, to let energy flow, to let whatever needs to flow through you. But if you think you're holding on to it and you've got the power, like, I just hate to be the source of great disappointment. But the minute you realize that, there's a liberation that comes, right? When you go, whoa, I'm going to take my hands off the wheel. I'm going to see what happens when I let go. So the Blue Room is about letting go. It really is about letting go. But and I don't think I've ever even framed it that way for you before. But the best way to resolve conflict is to recognize that you can't resolve it. A higher power can resolve it. The higher selves can resolve it. Time and space can resolve it. And the words that you speak can resolve it, but they've got to be inspired. And then the person you're trying to resolve it with has to be at the level of awareness where they can receive it, right? Okay, so we're allowing the spirits tonight to engage on our behalf, to move on our behalf, and to resolve on our behalf in service of the highest good of the collective with no attachment to any outcome. And if you can say that that's okay for you, then you're ready for this meditation. Amazing things happen very quickly when you blue room them. And yes, I'm using it as a verb. I think the blue room is a noun. Blue is an adjective, room is a noun. But I think we can blue room things, right? And so when people come to me and they're like, I don't know how to fix this with my mom or whatever, blah, 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 Joe Bob this, blue room it, and then, but be able to sit with what happens. You releasing the outcome, by the way, speeds up the process. The reason you're stuck is because you're like this. Mine, 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 mine. You go like this, then you really see what was yours. You ready? So I'm going to call in the guides and the guardians of the four directions to be with us this evening. And just because when I drum, that also shifts your frequency. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 because I like doing it, but it gets you into the space. So close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, call your energy in. Imagine a beam of light that extends from your root chakra, the part of your butt touching the floor, all the way through that channel of light right to your third eye. That's where I want you to focus tonight. The third eye is that indigo beam of light. That's where the blue room name originates from. And I want you to imagine what a room would look like if your third eye created it. And I'm laughing because the room I'm in is a blue room because of this. This is the room my third eye created. So if you need an example, if you're a visual person, you can use my crystal room as a proxy for this. So all of the guides are here, guides of the East for new visions, new awareness, new solutions to old problems. The guides of the South are here, giving us the courage to let go, surrender to the higher forces, the highest good. Guides of the West are here, bringing us emotional healing and renewal. And the guides of the North are here, grounding us, stabilizing us, reminding us why we're here. And again, this is your permission slip just to be, in this moment. I want you to do it with me. Even the moderators will do it. I mean, they love it too. So just unwind, disconnect for a few minutes, close your eyes. Guides and guardians of the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world are here too. Tethering us to the spirit world, connecting us to the natural world. We give thanks. I have to remember to play the song for you later that's playing right now. You won't be able to hear it, it's too quiet. But this is the song that goes with this experience, and I cannot believe it's randomly coming on right now. So Spirit's here. They are always here, but it's nice when they're so explicit about it. So I want you to imagine that there's a beam of light, vision it, right, coming out of your third eye, which is right between your eyebrows. This is the direct line from your where I can touch you to your pineal gland, which is in the middle of your brain. So I want you to imagine a bright blue indigo beam of light. And I want you to let that beam of light literally produce a vision of a space in front of you. So it's almost like it's projecting an image of this room, and yours may look like a lot of different things, but in general, the floors are blue, the walls are blue, the ceiling is blue, right? If there's windows, everything has an indigo tint to it, right? So it's because it's, again, this is your third eye is manifesting this. We're going to call in the higher self tonight, which is the version of you that's lived every life. So it carries your wisdom. It reminds you who you are when you forget. It's the one that will still be with you in the iterations of you after this, but it's seen you through the millennia of time, every embodiment you've ever had, every soulmate connection you've ever known. So I want you to call in and invite that higher self to be present with you. Sometimes I imagine my higher self sort of sits over me like a, I don't know, it almost feels like a shroud over me. It's like a more ethereal version of me that extends to the edges of my energy field. So help us higher self to envision this space. You might imagine that there's a table in the room. It can be blue too, and that there's chairs around the table, and they're blue too. And you can make the space as dramatic and indulgent as you want, or it can be very simple and very understated and elegant. And kind of let your vision create what it will. Don't try to over-architect it. Just let it be. And now I want you to let your mind come to the first relationship in your life that comes to mind where you have an unresolved challenge or conflict. And the juiciest ones are the ones that just you've tried to resolve it and tried to resolve it and tried to resolve it. And it's like the same things keep coming up over and over and over again, which tells you the higher selves are not working together. One or both of you wants things to be a certain way. Okay. So I want you to bring a hologram image of that person up in your mind's eye. And again, we're not manipulating free will here at all, right? In fact, sometimes people will call up the energy and you can feel that person's resistant to doing this work. And so you can ask, is it okay for us to let our higher selves work together? And usually what you feel, even right now, because I'm doing it with you too, I can feel the other person going, I think this is what we need. We've tried, right? And just feeling that softness of that connection with that person without the conflict and the residue and the stress and the tension. Like, just feel the pure essence of that connection without all of that. Because this isn't about blame, right? This is about healing. This is about resolution. It's about love. And now I want you to see that person, their hologram, and also their higher self over them too. Everyone has a higher presence of themselves, right? That timeless essence of who they are. And if you know this person well and you have a soulmate connection with this person, you know that higher self too. Your higher self knows that higher self. They had to work really hard to get you guys to find each other this time, right? So they've already been working on this for a long time. And usually the higher selves are like, oh, thank God, they're finally doing it. They're finally trusting us. This is so good. So feel the energy of like celebration and like release, and just everything's an invitation to be in the space. And just notice if any other energies come in. Like sometimes you'll have other souls or related parties and their higher selves that want to be there too, and sometimes you don't, right? Sometimes it's just you and your higher self and that one and that one's higher self. Mm-hmm. And feel the room, that blue room, feel it fill with this energy, right? Just calling in the highest possible frequencies and vibrations and intentions for the space. And I want you to be clear about your intention, right? And my intention is to give my higher self and this person's higher self the permission to work together, to partner, to union around the places and spaces where we're disconnected, and to resolve these things on the energetic level, which ultimately will resolve them on the physical level too. It starts there in the unmanifest. So just giving thanks, feeling ancestors around, feeling spirit guides. You can start to feel them sort of like watching, observing, because the energy is gathering, right? And now the process is actually really simple. The most important thing you do in this meditation is enjoy this energy, because I'm bringing you back to the core of the essence of that connection and letting you feel, if it was a relationship, like an intimate relationship, letting you feel the love. If it's a friendship, letting you feel that again, still love, but that connection. That if it's a family member, some people do this with their mother or their father. It's like coming back to just like being a child and letting that person just be the core essence of who they were meant to be for you, even if that's not how things went. Remember that this doesn't have to be a living person. So it may be someone who's passed on and you're doing this across the spirit veil, which is beautiful too. Could be your own child, right? So again, letting yourself feel the energy of being a parent to this soul. Again, letting go of regret, guilt, shame, fear, anger, like just all of that. There's no room in this room for that. You're vibrating at a higher frequency, that those things don't exist. So just enjoy that for a moment. Feel the other person enjoy it too. It can be emotional, it's like, just right here, right now, I see you. Right? I love you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to you. I am because you were, right? I am because you are. Your soul knows how to do this really well. It's your human self that doesn't know how to do this very well. And just take a breath there. It's lovely, by the way, to see you energetically in this space too. I'm enjoying the process of being with you right now in this container, in this experience tonight. Just a deep bow to you too. And now the most important part of this entire process, you ready? Is the easiest, but it's the hardest. Because your job now is to leave the room. And because it's so beautiful to be in a room where all this stuff isn't there, it's hard to go. So before you leave the room, if there's anything that you need to say to your higher self, I'd like you to take a moment to say that. And if there's anything that you need to say to the other person, I'd like you to take a moment to do that. And if there's anything you'd like to express to the higher self of the other person, again, you're not here to control the outcome. You can't say, well, by the way, I'd really like you to do this. It's not what we're doing here. But it can be gratitude. It can be, whatever that needs to be for you. It's probably gratitude, right? Thank you for coming together for us, right? Because ultimately they're here as advocates for your healing and your wellness. So take a moment, express what you need to express. You don't need to say anything. It can be a thought form. It can be an image. It can be whatever you need it to be. You can say it out loud if you need to. I can feel the two higher selves in my blue room sort of looking at me and then looking at each other. And so now it's time for you and the other person too, and you just trust they'll know. If the other person came, they'll know. Because again, their highest, purest form knows exactly how to do this work. So I want you to imagine that there's a door in this room, and you're going to open the door and leave them to their work. And so to the higher selves, we say, thank you. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for helping to resolve this relationship challenge, situation, conflict, and service of the collective highest good. Whatever that looks like, we release the outcome. We release attachment to the outcome. We release control of the outcome. We ask that you show us how this relationship or this situation can ultimately function in a way that serves us both, carries us forward on our evolutionary path, helps us to be better with each other in whatever form. And that could be not being with each other. That could be being closer to each other. You have to release all of that. That could be reuniting, or that could be just simply allowing the past to be in the past. And just being grateful for all of it. So thank you to the higher selves. Thank you to all of our spirit guides, ancestors, ascended masters, all beings of light who attend this space. Thank you for keeping us held in this space. Thank you to the guardians of the directions for anchoring it for us on our behalf. And then I want you to very clearly see yourself exiting the blue room. I always look back one more time because something will change. It has to. But it's the right outcome. And closing the door behind you. And then feeling that release, feeling that surrender, feeling how sometimes that energy that you've been putting toward that relationship or that dynamic, because for some of you it's decades, right? I mean, for some of you this is probably something new. For some of you this is going to be stuff going back to your childhood. Like, do you feel in your body how taking that heavy sort of, yoke off and putting it down, or taking that mantle off and putting it down, and not feeling like I've got to twist this or turn this or be this way or allow this or create space for this or hold space for this, or, like, you don't have to do that now. For the highest good of all. Amen. Ahom. And so it is. And I will share all of the music again from tonight. I think this is my Mariposa soundtrack, which some of you know. I'm pretty sure it's the Mariposa soundtrack. But if it isn't, I will put these songs together and get it to you, because the music has really choreographed this. And I want to make sure you have the songs that we're playing. If you could hear them, they're very appropriate for right now. And so I like to conclude it the way I do it now, just the way I did it today, by just saying, beaming from my heart to the other person's heart, some gratitude too. Like, thank you for being a good teacher to me. And thank you for allowing your soul and spirit to show up in a way that's ultimately going to help to heal us both, which is so sweet and so hard at the same time. It is good, good, good stuff. And all I need is my selenite wand to be able to release the guides and guardians. There it is. Amen, aho, and so it is. So thanking and releasing the guides and guardians. We always start where we left off. So thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the lower world, middle world, and upper world. Connection to the natural world, connection to each other, connection to the spirit world. Doesn't it feel good? I know it's hard. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. And thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the north for anchoring us, protecting us. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the west for this emotional healing and transformation. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the south for the courage it took to do this work tonight and embracing the change that will come from it. And then thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the east. New beginnings, new visions, newer, lighter you. This is how you shapeshift on the physical level too. When people are like, oh, sometimes there's spiritual people in my life and they don't age the same way. And they don't, it's like, yeah, because they're engaging in the exfoliation, right? This is spiritual exfoliation. This is setting down something you've been carrying around for so long that isn't serving you anyway. And like I said, I always tell you, you don't get a trophy, you don't get an award for carrying around things all that time, right? So congratulations, you've done the blue room. May the outcome serve you well. Cheers. Okay, so we have a couple minutes. I know I was going to stay until like 6:10. I just want to make sure if you have any questions, I can answer them. I've got a Paxton outside. So thank you for being here. And so a couple of requests for you tonight. First of all, I'm going to go get him. My first and foremost request is that I would like to see if you're going to do those lists. Remember I told you about the list where you do what am I passionate about and what are people going to need? I would like to see those lists in the Facebook group. And then the other thing I'm going to ask is, I would like to know if you do this meditation and a couple of things can happen. You might hear from the person, not right away. Let me get him. You might hear from the person, and I'd like to know about that. Because of course, those people can sense. Now, some of you are working with people who are deceased, and so you may not hear from them directly. But I would like to know. And then I would also like to know if you have dreams tonight, right, about the situation, what's unfolding in your dreams, because sometimes you'll get some guidance there too. Did you nap too? Yeah, and you know, the thing is, a lot of times there's like anger that gets released, there's resentment that gets released. So, and you won't really know, right? It'll be a process of you know, this is how shamanism works, right? We do a journey and we're like, oh, I did the journey. But the most powerful part of the journey is the integration, right? It's seeing what's lighter in you. It's seeing what shifts in you that makes all the difference. So thank you for doing that with me. And thank you for being here tonight. And watch your dream time, journal a little bit. Journal even if you don't think you need to journal, because I'll tell you something, you're still going to surface some insights that might surprise you. I really think you will. So see what comes up even as you're writing, and don't be too like academic about it, right? Just words, phrases that come to mind when you think about this experience. And that's interesting. Katie said she might see one of these people, or maybe two of them, at work. So that'll be interesting to see what comes up when you see them. Isn't that interesting? More to be revealed. So cheers again. I'm so glad that you were here. I'm so glad we got to do this.